Hello there. Alright, so I got a request from a student for a recital coming up to play Prayed for You by Matt Stell. So I'm making a video for him and putting it up on YouTube, so hopefully it can benefit you as well. Alright, so the song is in the key of A. I'm going to show you how to play it without a capo, with a capo. I'm also going to show you the lead intro and the solo as well too. So those are fun parts. So when the song starts off, it starts off as at about 70 beats per minute with this drum beat. It goes 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Solo. Right, and then the chord progression is as follows. 1, 2, ready, go. Here I'm playing a D, to an A, I'll explain these in a second, F sharp minor to E. Formula wise, it's 4, 1, 6, 5 progression. I've been hearing this progression a lot lately. Pop music and in worship music, actually. It's almost like the new standard pop formula for 2022 or 2021 or 2020, whenever this song came out. Alright, so the chords I'm playing without a capo are D. And D is a 4-string chord starting from the open D string, and I count my strings from the ground to the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open D. Playing its perfect 5th at the 2nd fret of string 3, an octave of the original note at the 3rd fret of string 2, and then the 2nd fret of string 1 to give me my major tonality, major harmony note, major 3rd. Cool. So to get to an A, and you'll notice when I play a D chord, I kind of throw my thumb over the top to just kind of mute out the lower strings. You don't have to do that, you can put it back here, especially if you have smaller hands. Now for the A chord, 5-string chord, open 5th string, that's my A, and then its perfect 5th is the 2nd fret of string 4, octave is the 2nd fret of string 3, and then its major 3rd or major 10th is the 2nd fret of string 2. And then we play the 1st string open. F sharp minor can be a challenging chord for beginners, but we're going to start it off as a power chord, and that's really the foundation of it all. So I'm going to play the 1st finger on the 2nd fret of string 6, play its perfect 5th, which will be at the 4th fret of string 5. That's where all the foundation comes from. Then I start beefing it up by, on string 4, adding the pinky to the 4th fret. And that's an octave of the original root 5th octave. And to make it minor, because this is neither minor or major, because we don't have a 3rd or a 10th in here, I'm going to bring in the 1st finger to bar across that 2nd fret. And when I bar, I don't just place my finger down, I kind of lean into it, if you can see that movement there. So I get the flat side or the bony side of my finger to help get those notes. And if the bar chord doesn't come right away, just keep working at it as you play through the progression. An open chord, 6 strings, starts from the open 6th string, perfect 5th at the 2nd fret of string 5, octave of the original note is going to be the 2nd fret of string 4. Then our major tonality, or major note, is going to be major 3rd or major 10th is going to be the 1st fret of string 3. And then open string 2 and open string 1. And then the placement of these chords is very important. So it doesn't just go split measures of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and it has a groove that's more 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and here's a little play along at 70 beats per minute. So count it in. 1, 2, ready, go. D to the A. F sharp minor to the E. Repeat, beat is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now if you're not quite there yet, we'll also cover how to play it with a capo, but I'll slow it down to about 55 beats per minute. And count it in. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. D to the A, F sharp minor to the E. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Play it a couple more times, adding some strums and rhythm to it. Have it just yet, keep playing along to it, back it up on the YouTube video, slow it down even further if you need to, because YouTube has that function. Alright, so bringing it back to 70 beats per minute. A little faster tempo. We're going to cover how to play it with a capo. So if I capo it, I can use my basic cowboy chords. So you probably know your C add 9, your G, your D, and your E minor 7. If not, we'll kind of cover how to play it. So now everything I'm talking about is going to be relative to this capo. So the 3rd fret normally on the guitar, I'm going to call it my 1st fret. And we call the shapes relative to the shapes we know in standard open tuning. Alright, so for a C add 9, 5-string chord, that's going to be my 1st chord in this progression, number 4 chord in the key, is going to be the 3rd fret of string 5, 2nd fret of string 4, open string 3, 3rd fret of string 2, and open string 1. And you got your choice here. You can also use the 3rd fret of string 1 for a brighter sound. You might hear me doing it both ways throughout this. But if I have that pinky on there, the only thing I have to do to get to the next chord, G, or the G shape, is move the middle and index finger 1 string towards the ceiling. So I'm really moving around what's called a major 3rd shape, a root and a major 3rd. Happy sounding chords. To get to the E minor 7, I can keep the index finger where it is, which is the 2nd fret of string 5, and move the middle finger from the 3rd fret of string 2 over to the 2nd fret of string 4. And then close it off by getting to the D chord. When I go to the D chord, I want to let go of the pinky. And this one's going to be shaped just like the D chord we talked about before. 4 strings, open, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, and 2nd fret. And the beauty of this is you never have to move the ring finger. Alright, so do a play along here at 55 beats per minute. We'll start with the slower one on this time, and then we'll do a 70. I'll play it probably about 4 times through, so you can play along with it and back it up if you need to. 2, 1, 2, ready, go. That's C to the G, E minor to the D. Add a little rhythm. This is probably more accurate to the song to play it with the capo. Do a play along at 70 beats per minute. Get it fired up here. Alright, and do our count in. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. C to the G, minor, D. And now let's talk about the intro lead guitar part and the solo. Alright, so the intro part, I'm going to show you 2 different locations to play it like I did in the beginning, and you can decide which one works better or sounds better for you. So really it's just 4 notes, and it's the first 3 notes of the major scale to start it off. So we said we were in the key of A, so I'm going to find an A note on string 2 at fret 10. The easy way to find fret 10 is look for the double dot and go 1, 2 frets towards the headstock. So I'm going to use my middle finger there and then pinky on fret 12 of string 2. That's an A to a B note, and then I'm going to hit a C sharp note at the 9th fret of string 1. And in here I'm going to use a technique called a hammer-on. So I'm going to pluck that note on the 12th or 10th fret of string 2 and hammer into the 12th fret. I'm going to use a downstroke, and when I go to the 9th fret of string 1, I'm going to use an upstroke. Get that move down. Doesn't come at first, just keep trying it, and even if you don't get it today, come back, let the muscle memory set in, and you'll get it tomorrow. And if not then, the next day. And after I do those 3 notes, I'm going to come back to the 12th fret of string 2. And I do it 3 times, and we'll talk about the rhythmic placement, which is very important in just a minute. After the 3rd time, that's 1, 2, 3. I'm going to slide that 12th fret note on string 2, that B note, down to a G sharp note on the 9th fret of string 2. And that's what they do in the song. There's a slide. Now you can also just go ahead and pick that note if you wanted to. The most important thing here is that rhythmic placement. So the one beat's going to pass, and we're going to play, it's basically a 16th note rest, and we're going to play on the E of 1. So to put that in context at 70 beats per minute, it would go 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go, rest. Put a little distortion on. Right, and I'll do a quick play along at 50 beats per minute for that, or 55. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go, rest. Another place you can play this to get a thicker tonality and a slightly different finger pattern would be on strings 3 and 2. And here I would go above the double dot, 2 frets towards the body, and play the 14th fret to the 16th fret on string 3. And do my hammer-on. This probably sounds a little bit more accurate to the song. And I'm using a Strat, and I'm in pickup position number 4, which is the neck and middle pickup, with a little tube screamer overdrive on it. Alright, so I'm going to use the 14th and 16th fret of string 3 and the 14th fret of string 2 to essentially do what we did here. And then that last slide will go from the 16th fret of string 3 down to the 13th fret, or the fret just above the double dot, or closer to the body. And a play along here at 55 beats per minute would be this. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go, rest. Second time, ready, go, rest. Cool. And then full tempo, which is not much faster, 70 beats per minute. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. All right, and last but not least, the solo. Thanks for sticking with me this far. The solo's got a couple parts. We'll break it down into small sections, and it's got some cool techniques in it. The first part, it's going to actually start on the 1 beat this time, so it's not going to wait to the E of 1. So in there, I'm doing some pull-offs and hammer-ons. So I'm going to be in second position, meaning first finger at the second fret. I'm going to be on string 3, playing the 4th fret and the 2nd fret. I'm going to start with that 4th fret note, pluck it, use this finger to pull off to the 1st finger, and then hammer on the ring finger again. Now you can pick all 3 of these notes, but it's just a little, it's not the same technique that's in the song. So it's one pick, a pull, and a hammer. I'm going to follow that pattern up with string 2 at the 2nd fret. Still using that down, up pick pattern. I'm going to do essentially the same thing the next time, but instead of playing the 2nd fret of string 2 at the top, I'm going to play the 5th fret. Alright, in context of the song, it would sound like 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Alright, if you got that part down, we're going to go to the next part, which is a bunch of slides, which is a cool technique. I'm just going to slide on string 2 from fret 5 to 7, 7 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 12, 12 to 14, and then end up on fret 17. So 5 to 7, 7 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 12, 12 to 14, and then 17. And this would sound a little something like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Now that one, just slow it down to 75% speed if you need it slowed down a little bit. The very next part would be some bends. Actually, first let's combine those two parts. So ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Do it one more time. Right. 1, 2, ready, go. Cool. So the next part, it's going to be very bluesy with some bends. Now, pretty much up here, I'm going to be mostly in 14th position, meaning 2 frets towards the body from the double dot. I'm going to start with a bend on fret 17 where we left off on string 2, do a whole step bend, or imply a whole step bend, to kind of match the 14th fret of string 1. So I'm going to bend that for an 8th note, 1, 1, and a. It's going to be that phrase, 1, and a. So bend the 17th fret of string 2, play the 14th fret of string 1, I'm using a down and an up pick pattern, and come right back to the 17th fret of string 2. 1 and a. And then for my next beat, I'm going to bend the 16th fret of string 3 for an 8th note. And then follow it up with a bunch of 8th notes. 2 and a, 3, E and a. So I'm bend the 16th fret of string 3, hit the 14th fret of string 2, roll my finger, so new technique, finger rolling, to the 14th fret of string 3, 16th fret of string 3, then I'm going to roll that finger over to the 16th fret of string 4. And then to close off that phrase, I'm going to play the 14th fret of string 3 again. I'll try to put some tabs at the end of the video to help out too. And at the very end of that measure, I'm going to do a quick pull off. And we talked about pull offs before. Be on string 3, pull off fret 16 to 14, and then hit the 16th fret of string 4. So that whole part here is 17th fret bend on string 2, 16th fret, and I'll put that in context. So it's a whole lot more notes than the other parts, but 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. One, two, ready, go. One, two, ready, go. One more time. 1, 2, ready, go. Ooh. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. All right, and then the very last part, much less notes. We're gonna do a pull off again, or you can pick these from the 16th fret to the 14th fret of string 3, to the 16th fret of string 4, back to the 14th fret of string 3. Then I'm going to move 1 fret towards the headstock to the 13th fret and give this a little half step bend and return. And then play the 14th fret of string 4. And close it off by doing a pull off on string 2 from fret 14 to 12. And that should sound a little something like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Two, ready, go. I think that might be my favorite part of the solo. So I'm gonna put those last 2 parts together. 1, 2, ready, go. Wasn't quite there. 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Something like that. I don't know if I was rhythmically there all the way. Let me play the whole thing in context. 1, 2, ready, go. I feel like I'm not playing that last phrase right. That's it. Something close to that. I'm going to keep working on it. You work on it too. I'll do one more play along for that solo at 50 beats per minute. Or 55 beats per minute, I should say. Alright, we'll count it in. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Get ready for the slides. Bends. One more time. Ready, go. Alright, so I hope you have fun with that, found it helpful. Don't be afraid to keep coming back to this video as you progress and learn through it. If you have any questions or any kind of feedback, leave it in the comments section below. Hope you come back and see me again. Most importantly, have fun. And good luck, Johnny.